piece of paper, my Kornheiser-style statistics. They've won 10 of 11, Mina. They won 18 of 20. They won the World Series 2 years ago. They've made the playoffs 5 straight times. And all of that is really, really impressive. I think they're the better team. But if the verb is impressive, or the adjective is impressive, the verb is impress, I am impressed by Elly De La Cruz of the Reds more than anything. Elly is my final answer. The Reds are my final answer. Thank you very much.
The Braves are probably the correct answer if we're picking the most dominant team, the prohibitive favorite. But I agree with you, Pablo. The Reds are the fun answer. And they also are impressive relative to preseason expectations. This is a team that lost 100 games last year. As of late May, they were in last place in their own division, but they've turned things around largely on the strength of a youth movement. SI's Emma Baccelleri pointed out that since they've started 4 rookies in their active roster, they have gone like 26-1 or something, led by, of course, human firework, Elly De La Cruz. It is funny, though, that we're so entranced by the shiny object. Like, Ronald Acuna Jr. is 25, and I'm like, he's old news. Get him out of here. Yeah. Give me the Reds, kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Elly De La Cruz is Olivia Rodrigo. Ronald Acuna is Britney Spears. I apologize to Ronald in this metaphor, but the reality, Mina, with the shiny object, they were literally distracted by this. The Nationals, Davey Martinez, the manager, pointed out, what's that thing at the end of his bat, that plastic thing that Elly De La Cruz uses? And I think he patted down like a TSA agent because that's how good he is. They're looking for reasons to say he's good for other than, you know, his actual talent.
The word he used was antics, which if you ever want to make me root for a baseball team, complain about their antics, and I am all in.
Next.
Toss up, which trade-requesting NBA star is more likely to win a title? Damian Lillard or James Harden?
This is such a great question. It's such an amazing July question. It's great because within the question, sort of like a Matryoshka doll, are other questions, or rather how you answer this betrays how you feel about other things. Specifically, one, which team are both of these stars likely to actually be playing on, Dame and James Harden? And then when they join those teams, which of those teams are more likely to win a championship? So I will attempt to answer all of them at once. I think Dame is most likely going to be in Miami. I think James Harden is most likely going to return to your beloved 76ers, at least for some of the season. And considering those two pieces of those predictions, rather, I'm going to go ahead and pick Dame joining the team that was just in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, see, that was a beautiful, like, origami crane of a take that I fully disagree with. I disagree with it because, well, first off, James Harden, I don't want him back on the Sixers. Not feeling great about that. I am hopeful that, as I have texted you many, many times, Daryl Morey's up to some stuff. He's trying to move him away. But I'll take the terms of this question at face value and be really skeptical about whether Dame Lillard is actually going anywhere before the season starts. I just think that the Heat package that they're offering is bad. It's not compelling. Tyler Hero's not doing it for me. So why don't I just wait to midseason, to the deadline, string this thing out? And I also think, Mina, and I think both of us can probably relate to this, I don't think Dame Lillard is good at cosplaying disgruntled. I think he is a pleaser. I think he wants to be liked. I think the idea that he's threatening unhappiness, all this toxicity coming out of Dame Lillard, like Anthony Davis wearing the That's All Folks t-shirt, I don't think that's coming. And I think the Blazers are going to wait it out longer than he would like, but because it's him, he'll probably just eat it.
One of these players is definitely better at cosplaying displeasure. So much so that people theorized he wore a fat suit at one point, and it's not Dame Lillard.
That's right. God, the fat suit era of James Harden. That is it. Mina loses, obviously. We'll take one last break, though. Still to come.
Who decided
Andy
that?
Murray cannot close the deal.
And the U.S. women's soccer team announces who will replace the injured Becky Sauerbrunn as captain. How did I lose?
Well, you know, I think our impartial panel of judges recognize that James Harden, actually a better player than Dame Lillard right now, maybe.
Oh, God.
Just chew on that.
Yeah, that certainly has that.
Tonight on SportsCenter at 6 Eastern. Full coverage ahead of Victor Wembanyama's Summer League debut. We're live in Las Vegas. Plus, The latest on Saquon's standoff with the Giants as the deadline for a new contract closes in. And Alex Morgan joins SportsCenter. How the U.S. women are planning to bring home a third straight World Cup title. SportsCenter, 6 Eastern on ESPN.
Happy time, people. Happy 25th birthday to Chase Claypool. The wide receiver started strong as a rookie for the Steelers. You may remember that. You may also remember that he tailed off. So the Bears acquired him last season for what turned out to be the first pick in the second round in the hopes that he could be Justin Fields' #1 receiver. But Chase Claypool caught just 14 passes over 7 games for Chicago in this offseason. The Bears traded the top pick in the draft to the Panthers for a package that includes, yes, an undebatable #1 receiver, DJ Moore. And there is no one on this planet that I trust to have a Chase Claypool take more than Mina Kimes in July. So where does this leave Chase Claypool?
Annoyed if he just turned on PTI, saw us wish him happy birthday, and then enumerate his lack of success recently. I do think that lack of success is amplified by the fact that the Bears did trade a second rounder for him, and right now that trade doesn't look very good even before they acquired DJ Moore. But I'll say this, I think his birthday is relevant. As a reminder, he is just 25 years old. He is not that far removed from looking like a dynamic downfield threat and playmaker in Pittsburgh.
Right.
Still time for him to get back on his feet.
Congratulations, Mapletron, on your birthday being, quote, according to Mina Kimes, relevant. Happy anniversary, Kevin Durant. On this day 13 years ago, Mina, KD almost casually tweeted out that he was staying in Oklahoma City, and we thought that tweet, the tone, the timing of it, that this was going to be his legend, because that same exact day, you may recall, Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh announced to one Michael Wilbon on live TV that they would join forces on the Heat with LeBron. And here, by contrast, was the humble, small-market Kevin Durant foregoing the super team circus. But Durant lost to the Heat in the 2012 finals, and then what happened next, we all know. Golden State, and then your Nets, and now the Suns. These 3 would-be super team circuses, 2 of which have been disastrous so far. And so his legend is the opposite of that day 13 years ago, except for, you know, the whole part about him doing stuff on Twitter.
Well, he's also on Threads, he announced, though he said he's using a burner.
Right.
I think you just kind of laid out KD's villain origin story there. I'm not saying he's a villain per se, but this all does really explain how we got to the point, not just with KD, but with the NBA writ large. Because not only did he say he would stay, but it feels quaint to recall that he actually waited for free agency to leave. And people were mad about it. Now people would be grateful. Oh, wow, thank you, Star. You're waiting for your entire contract to play out. Amazing. What loyalty.
A Hall of Fame poster and a Hall of Fame player, objectively speaking. But happy trails to Andy Murray. When play ended yesterday due to the local curfew, the unseeded Murray was up 2-1 over 5th-seeded Stefanos Tsitsipas. But when the match resumed today, Murray lost the 4th set in a tiebreaker, then lost the 5th set 6-4 to advance to the 3rd round. And Murray has won Wimbledon twice before, yes, but the last time was in 2016. He is now 36, has had multiple hip surgeries, and if the state of my own body right now at age 37 is any indication, his trajectory the rest of the way here is probably going to be a little bleak.
You know, Pablo, as a fellow 37-year-old, normally I would believe that any athlete forced to play into the wee hours is probably going to decline. But I actually think that if they had been allowed to keep playing last night, if not for Wimbledon's 11 p.m. curfew, Murray could have pulled off what would have been an all-time upset and a great story. So I'm blaming Wimbledon for this. We are deprived.
So I have some late-breaking news here, Mina. We have 2 corrections, actually, and they are big ones. And, of course, they are both yours. Mina Kimes said that the Reds were 26-1 since playing all 4 rookies in their starting lineup. They're actually 21-6, which is just a tremendous blunder. That's the first mistake. The second mistake is you said you're 37. You're technically how many months, weeks older than me at least? Like 37s, not all 37s are created equal. Like
I'm still 37. That's not a correction. That's
well, I feel like there still is a very important detail that you're missing there, but we are running out of show. Let's go to the big finish. Mark Ingram will join Fox's football studio show, the college football show. How would you sum up his NFL career?
Something we're not likely to see a lot for running backs. Over 10 years, multiple contracts, few and far between, and he's not retired yet. Northwestern has suspended head coach Pat Fitzgerald for 2 weeks after an investigation into hazing allegations. Your thoughts?
I'm glad they seem to be taking it seriously, but Alex Morgan and Lindsey Horan have been named co-captains of the USWNT. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they need the veteran experience because otherwise they got a lot of first-time starters. Christian Pulisic is reportedly leaving Chelsea for AC Milan. Big deal?
It is because Phil and Frank stopped me in the office 30 minutes ago and said it was NBA 2K, Kobe Bryant, Sabrina Ionescu on the covers. Your thoughts?
Love Sabrina. Feel like it should have been AJ Wilson.
Yeah, we're out of time. We'll try to do better the next time. I'm Pablo Torre.
And I'm Mina Kimes. PTI returns on Tuesday. You can get the PTI podcast on the ESPN app or Apple Podcasts. And now here's SportsCenter.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing here?